What's up guys and welcome back. Ever since the finale of Star Wars The Clone Wars, as I'm sure you guys that have been watching the channel have seen, I've been looking back at the history of both Clone Wars and Rebels, and how massively it really expanded upon the Star Wars universe, most of which I found it inspiring looking at the comments by Clone Wars creator Dave Filoni, along with George Lucas, and their various insights into the Star Wars universe. And today, I found yet another really interesting tidbit from Star Wars Rebels that I wanted to share, one having to do with the character that is actually surprisingly controversial, according to a lot of conversations I've been having recently on Twitter, that is. That character being Savage Opress, as a kid, one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Before we get into his deleted scene explained to us by Dave Filoni in Star Wars Rebels though, I do want to urge all of you that haven't subscribed yet to hit that subscribe button, as according to my analytics, a lot of you guys haven't subscribed just yet. So if you've been enjoying the content, go ahead and smash that subscribe button as it helps the channel out a lot, and to ensure that you stay up to date with everything Star Wars related. Now let's get on to this deleted scene. The Star Wars Rebels episode Twin Suns is my absolute favorite episode in the entire Rebels series, as it follows Maul and his hunt for Obi-Wan Kenobi on the planet of Tatooine, and really represents the finality of the great rivalry between Maul and Kenobi. It's especially intriguing because it really wraps up this great story that Clone Wars started, as it was Clone Wars that brought back the character of Maul using Savage Opress as his foil, and the Twin Suns episode really culminates it all together, showing at the same time how Darth Maul has failed to grow as a character and how Kenobi has overcome the mistakes of the past, which is why in the end of their duel, it is Obi-Wan Kenobi that is cradling Maul, finally being victorious, but never wanting to engage his old foe to begin with. In the episode, Kenobi telling Maul, "Look what I have risen above." According to Dave Filoni though, the episode originally was going to tie in way more with the Clone Wars than it ended up doing, and we were actually going to get new scenes of Satine as well as Savage Opress. According to Dave Filoni, as Darth Maul was going to wander through the desert of Tatooine, he was going to experience various Force visions, some of his brother and some of Satine. Satine being Obi-Wan's loved one that Maul would butcher in front of him to prove a point. It would really go to illustrate exactly how far Maul has come, and the motivating factors that have led him to Kenobi, as well as going far to illustrate the losses on both sides, that Maul lost his brother and Obi-Wan his former love. Dave Filoni has explained before that in this final confrontation, it is actually Maul that has nothing left, even though to the naked eye, it may appear as if Obi-Wan has secluded himself to be a simple hermit. In reality though, Obi-Wan is the one with purpose, and Darth Maul has allowed revenge to cloud his vision for so long that is what ultimately destroys him. Not Kenobi, or not the fact that he was removed from Sidious's side. It is that he has taken his second chance at life, and dedicated it solely to the purpose of revenge, and that all along his path it has granted him nothing but more sadness and more regret. As for why this scene of Savage Opress and Satine was ultimately cut from Star Wars Rebels, Dave Filoni had a pretty good response, saying that there was already a lot going on in the episode of Twin Suns, and he didn't want to add even more going on with Savage. In addition to this, Dave Filoni also offered up an alternate explanation, saying that he didn't want to confuse watchers of solely Star Wars Rebels with bringing up these characters from Clone Wars, and he didn't want to alienate the Rebels audience that maybe hadn't watched Clone Wars just yet, by showing us these two characters that hadn't appeared in any Rebels episodes, which is why the scene and flashbacks were ultimately removed. However, they did actually get to the point of rendering Savage Opress for Rebels. Anyway, my friends, what are your guys' thoughts on this? And how Savage Opress was actually almost in Star Wars Rebels in flashbacks for Maul? Do you agree with why Savage's scenes were ultimately cut from Star Wars Rebels and agree with Dave Filoni? Or would you have liked to see him appear anyway and show real through line and continuity through Clone Wars to Rebels, and the culmination of the rivalry between Maul and Obi-Wan? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.